Hey guys, I'm thinking to make this video while I'm ironing some shirts, white shirts for school for the boys, and they have lunch mats that they put in a bag and then they use under their trays, and each of them have different kinds, but this is how the t-shirt looks like. The uniform t-shirt is standard white color. They're not white anymore because they're not that white anymore because there's the ink from the calligraphy classes. So once it's sprinkled like that, I cannot really wash it anymore. I bleached this t-shirt. I use brush. I use my hands, pre-washed with hot water. This thing doesn't come out. So once it's sprinkled like that, you go to school like that with that t-shirt, or you buy a new one. But since I don't work and I'm on a very tight budget, I can't do that. And so that's why I always ask my kids, when you have calligraphy class, could you please bring to school a black t-shirt, put it on during the class, and then take it off. Anyways, so today I was thinking, there was time in my life when actually I was thinking, how can I contribute to this world and this in the society what I'll be living in anywhere? How can I be of help to people around me? And at that time, husband was doing his master degree in peace building and reconciliation, and so there were times when we were thinking, well, maybe if he gets to be a certified mediator and I have knowledge of how to run let's say run a hotel or motel or something small, B&B, R&B, and whatever, we could we were thinking to open a facility where I don't know where. At that point I was thinking an English speaking country, and just help couples who are thinking to split or divorce, or I don't know, so just try to help them find a middle ground, just like the step or the level counseling before they make it final as a divorce. And so we were thinking about having the grounds and how I'm gonna maintain the housing part and take care of that, and like meals and whatever, and then he'll be the mediator, and then we'll need to have to work with more people and team up with other people to make that work. And the genuine desire was not to make money out of it. You have to have money to maintain your family, your own family and business, but the genuine desire was to actually help people resolve their problems and help them, lead them, guide them through the process of seeing the other person as a person, not like not as the I'm the better and you're the the inferior and ex superior. And so that was like, I thought that was a really, really great dream, as long as you do it in a place where both of us could feel comfortable, and team up with other people. I don't see why not. That would have been really, really great. But then what happened next is we went to Japan after his master's, and that's the end of the story. That's the end of the dream. That's the end of and the ironic thing about it is, how dare was I thinking to be able to help other couples with their family problems and stuff when I'm right now in the same exact situation. That is the funniest and the most ironic things, you guys. It just made me laugh. Like, I was thinking about that. Was it yesterday or today? I don't remember. I was like, huh, isn't that interesting? Like, that was a dream when you're like young and you don't have 5 kids and you think, you can go and, the world is your oyster, and it's just, I mean, you can do a lot of stuff and be an influence for good in this world when you don't have any kids. When you have kids, they're your world. That's how I see it. They're your world, and nothing else really matters. Everything evolves around them, or at least that's how I am. I'm not like a career seeker, like achiever, overachiever kind of person. I like to team up with people and work together for the betterment of the society we live in. And so, like, I don't really go after my own, I want to be this and that, so I'm gonna make things work so that I am the one that is, no, not like that. But unfortunately, married one who is like that. And so yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. And so now I'm thinking, so if I'm about to go in a facility like that right now, I will probably stay for maybe few hours tops, and then I'll just pack up my stuff and go, because there will be no reason for me. I don't even want to think about going to one place like that. And so I don't know, maybe in a very real sense, Heavenly Father is telling me, hey, if you really want to do what you wanted to do, you got to experience it firsthand. You got to experience it. You got to know where those people come from. You got to feel a little bit of their misery, a little bit of their misunderstandings and misconceptions and egos and I don't know, whatever is involved in there, in order to be able to help others. I think that is very real, and like a teaching lesson for me. And guys, are you okay? I give the twins popsicle so they can be quiet for a little bit, because I cannot iron any shirts if they're around me trying to climb on this little board. Notice in Japan, guys, everything is on the floor. Like back home, when you buy from the supermarket, what do you call it? An ironing board is, first of all, it's not that small. Second of all, it's up, like high up on the level of like when you're standing. Here, everything is on the floor. Here I am, and I was ironing shirts here when I was with twins. So you can just imagine. Okay, this is little Santa. This is little Santa here. She's so precious. She's so gorgeous. And here's my boy. He's still eating his popsicle. Too much? Too cold? Yes. So yeah, so I'm here on the floor. It's a floor level here. But anyway, so I'm still ironing shirts though. Don't worry. But yeah, it's very interesting. I just can't help it. It's just really, yeah. Anyways, I don't think in this world, you know how it says in the scriptures that towards the end of this world, which I think it's really close, by the way, people will grow colder. And it's not just the COVID that you cannot really go and genuinely hug your friends anymore. It's like just the social distance and whatever, blah. It's not only that. It's just how people are nowadays, and how they see things, and how they make comments, and how things change into so bold and so arrogant towards, and so freely minded, like things that you couldn't even think or say before are just normal nowadays. And it's and people freely in attacking each other on social media, and with protests, and as if something is gonna happen. It's just like, this world is going nuts. Wars, rumors of wars, natural disasters, things that haven't been seen before. pandemic. There's just a lot going on in this world. So what I'm saying is, when I graduated university, from that time till now, things have changed so much that nothing is really like for sure, or you cannot really think like in the for the future of your family as it was before. It's kind of like you have to be aggressive in business, and you have to think of ways to almost like bury somebody else's business so that yours can survive. Things like that. It's just not right. And oh, thank you. You want me to be Santa right now? I would love to be a Santa. I would love to be your Santa this winter. I love to be your Santa. I love you. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. So cute. I think it looks better on you though. Yeah, that's my baby. She's so cute. Anyways. But I think that's just my personal opinion. A society is a healthy society when there are healthy family units, meaning when the family has a mother and a father, whether they're both working or not, doesn't matter, as long as the kids feel confident and their self-esteem is intact, and they grow and they work on their talents and their interests, and they have the opportunity to do so freely, not because it's so expensive to go to piano lessons or whatever. Oh, you finished? Okay, you finished. Thank you. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I remember in my elementary schools when we had the lesson with I can and the can verb. In the lesson, hey, don't push each other, guys. In the lesson, there were different options. I can play this, I can play that, like sports mostly. I can play, but then there were some musical instruments. I can play the recorder, which all kids here in Japan play because it's part of the curriculum. They buy a recorder and they play it at school. Used to. Right now, and during pandemic, they don't, because it's like saliva involved stuff, so they don't. But they had this pianica thing that's like a little piano, and then you blow through a hose again, and like a little pipe, and it makes sound like so that's part of the marching band instruments. And so, but then piano is not involved, of course. So piano is like oh, you finished? Okay, you finished it. So don't do it to my phone because it's not really okay. It's okay. That's just trash now. So there, when I'll be asking the kids, can you play blah blah blah? When I say can you play the piano, some of them would raise their hand, but very hesitantly, because not all kids or not families can afford for the kid to go play the piano, because piano lessons here are not cheap, guys. And it's only for 30 minutes. You don't need it right now. You don't need it. You can have this one if you want to. Okay, not this one. And so yeah, I figured that in this society here, people don't really tell others what they do. Like if it's like kendo or karate or whatever, yeah, they'll just say. But soccer lessons, I don't know how much they cost, but I know swimming and piano are not cheap. So with that said, I was thinking, if in a society where the kids grow in happy families, and the parents feel like fulfilled, like they're really needed, and they're helpful, and at work they enjoy their workplace, I mean, that's like the perfect situation where everybody's happy, right? Which is not possible, right? But where there's no, sorry about that. Anyways, you guys don't have to fight. We're into sticker books right now. In the dollar shop, and they get those little booklets, and then they have stickers inside. So for her, we got the Sophia the First, and for him we got McQueen. So yeah, this house is all stickers everywhere. Good thing they're the one they made the stickers nowadays to easily to come out. So phew, good. But anyway, so the ideal way of society for me is like, because I know what's the opposite of that. Okay, I grew up with the divorced parents, mother working for 3 different jobs to sustain us and to save up for us in our school eventually. She worked really hard, and from early age we had to grow up and learn how to maintain the house, to make the meals and do the laundry and all that stuff, and those heavy carpets to take out and wash them and clean them, and it was just like really hard. But I also have seen it in my workplace here in Japan, in the elementary schools. I could tell easily when a kid, and I don't know if I could tell easily, but like some kids were just plain, you could tell that they have a missing parent, because they either misbehaved more or they were too timid. And those who had 2 parents were stable children with confidence, who were doing good with their grades at school and their knowledge, and they were participating. They were leaders, class leaders. They're the bright kids who go to championships and things like that. And so it makes a huge difference. I can't tell you. One time, I remember one time doing the PE class in high school, when we were changing in the changing room where all the girls were. We were talking. We were like fired up about whatever kind of I don't remember the topic, but I remember saying something, and like saying something. And I was not one of the bright kids in my class. And in my high school class, we had only 4 boys, and we were 26 kids or something. So that makes 22 girls. It was intense with so many girls, and there were mainly 3 girls that were like the popular ones, and they were actually R&B dancers, and they were like taking all the what was their name? TLC and dancing moves and stuff like that. And so they had their own like dancing team. Anyway, so there were 3 girls that were, the rest of us, we were like blending into the outcast kind of like girls, and especially me and my friends, because we didn't want to blend with the cool girls, and we didn't have the cool clothes and the cool things and the cool hairstyles and all that. And so, but I really focused on English then. I remember on the way back home with my friend that was living, let's say, close by, we would walk home and we would be talking to each other in English. We were like forcing each other to speak in English, and it was really hard. And we were like trying, like using, maybe we're making tons of mistakes and grammar mistakes, but like we're trying real hard. And then we were pretending that we're foreigners. And then one time there were 2 ladies passing by us, and they were obviously, because we were so loud and excited to speak in English, they were saying, oh, those kids are doing really well in that high school, because the high school was the proficiency was languages. So it was English and German and French, I think, in Russian too, if I am not mistaken. And they had one course that was more like with economics and stuff, but I was with English in hardcore, and then German. And so we'll be speaking in English, and they will be like talking, oh, those kids are trying so hard, that's really great, and stuff like that. But so I was not. So in that particular class, after we were changing, right, and the class was over, we were changing and in a hurry for the next class period to start. And I was fired up, like we were like on fire or something. I don't know. So I said something, and there was this girl that was like a wannabe, and she said something like she was a like a total bully. She would put all the four boys into their places. She was just like a total bully. Not really good mannered person, and so. But I never had like bad feelings towards her or anything. Anyway, so she decided to say something like your opinion matters, or like who are you to, I don't know. I don't exactly remember the words that she said, but I remember how it made me feel, because it became deadly quiet in the room. It's like from so much commotion, everybody talking, she just shot those words, and to make me feel like from excitement to down to this little. And so I didn't know what to say back, so I just shut up too, I guess. So the day continues, and then everything is fine, and like I think she did it for the sake of the popular girls, to make them feel like they're still the status, and we're like the rest of us is like outcasts, whatever. And so I told my mom the story. I told my mom what that girl said, and my mom said, that's really funny, because she got some gut, even though she has no cover with it. Like, she doesn't have the leverage for it. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, your mom is a dentist, like a doctor. My mom is like a dentist, like a surgical dentist. She can perform operations in your mouth. So back home they have two kinds of dentists, like dentists who just perform in the mouth, like the teeth, and that's it, or surgical dentists who can actually open up and do things. So they call those doctor. Anyway, so she was like that, and she's still practicing dentistry to this day, even though I'm 40, right? So she's great. And so she was like, well, so your mom is a dentist, and her mother is a nurse. Like, back home, a nurse is not like, say, in Japan, nurse is like really good status. You're a nurse, you could get by, like you're well paid. In Bulgaria, being a nurse is like almost like you're a custodian kind of thing, it's like the same thing. And so she was like, next time she opens her mouth to tell you to try to put in your place, just remind her of that, and you'll be okay. And so I was like thinking about that. I'm like, I thought about that. I'm like, maybe I will put her in her place. But then I was like, I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to go and put somebody in their place just because they've wanted to shine that one moment in the eyes of the elite of the class. I'm like, I don't really care. And I really didn't care, you guys. I was like, whatever. But I guess my mom felt bad for me. And anyway, so there is that, and that happens with kids a lot. And I'm not sure. Is that right? Yeah, those are cars. She's showing me something in the book. Yeah, those are McQueen and Mater. That's right. So anyway, so sorry, my girl is like messing up with my phone a lot. But anyway, so that's that. And yes, that's Mater. That's McQueen. Luigi and Guido, yeah. So when my boys come home and somebody was trying to put them in their place, I tell them what to say to, and I'm like, I always tell my boys, don't ever think like you're like the other kiddos here around, because when they go home, they continue to speak in Japanese. When you come home, your brain switches into completely different language, and you still do your homework in Japanese, and then mommy makes you to do homework in English. So you're like at least one step above them per se, because you're bilingual and some Bulgarian words, so that makes you multilingual. So heck yeah. But then I'm like, that doesn't matter. They still have friends, and their friends are great, and their friends just love them for the person that they are. And my boys don't brag left and right about that or anyway. So yeah, they're great boys. But isn't that interesting how things in life turn? How some people live on with their dreams and like accomplishments and crave for status and name and success and compliments and whatever, while others have to just bury themselves into motherhood and self-ignorance and what is self really? Like my auntie would call me and she'd be like, you have to go ahead, you have to go tonight and dye your hair. And I was like, why? She's like, because. It's like, why? I don't meet anybody, I don't go anywhere, I'm with my kids here at home, and if I go somewhere it's just around the neighborhood with the stroller or the wagon with the babies, and that's it. Why should I care how do I look like? She's like, because you have to feel comfortable in your own skin, you have to like yourself, you have to feel good about yourself. And I was like, really? Wow. It's like, when was the last time I heard that from somebody? I don't remember. I don't remember. But I think it was 2-3 days later after she said that I went and dyed my hair, but it's still white. But anyways, I try my best. But yeah, life is very interesting with throwing curveballs. It's just, to me, that's amazing how. And I accept every challenge. I like to learn in every circumstance, in every opposition, in everything. And I think this guy needs help. He wants to reach the ball. But anyways, okay, I'll keep this short, but I'll see you next time when I'm not ironing shirts. Bye.